Hello, everyone. We're back with, pardon me, the September 23, 1942 resolution. So I have some stuff happening today, although I don't know. Anyway, there's some stuff happening and some stuff not happening. For now, it looks like he's bombarding us here at Denpasar. As he's unloading, again, it looks like he's trying to clean up some of these bases here on the Dutch East Indies. But what I was getting at, and I don't know about for you, but it's kind of loud for me. I'm going to drop it down a bit. Yeah, as he unloads, he's losing some casualties, although it's just disabled, so they'll be up in fighting shape probably in no time. Alright, but what I was going to get at is, as we continue this turn, I turned off all the bombing and fighters, basically. Not all, because I got some cap, but turned off all the fighters in Burma, because the goal is, and our subs aren't really doing much right now, but fortunately neither are his ASW assets. But the goal in Burma is to rest, and then tomorrow, or September 24 turn, the goal is to hit Tungu hard. Oh, bummer. I missed this patrol boat even. Although, who knows, it might have been a dud even if we hit. But yeah, because he's building that place up a little bit too strong. But we're also trying to sneak in behind and cut him off with our units there in Burma. Alright, so we're trying to do a night raid here on Buna. He still has a ton of air assets here. And I really don't feel comfortable sending these, even though they're heavies and they have really good defensive guns. I just don't like the idea of sending them into that kind of situation. He's got, I believe, over 70 fighters, and while some of them are a nightcap, still I really don't want to hit this in the day till I get my P-38s flying and see how much we can do with them. Alright, but we are handling these nates just fine. I'm gonna push through this because it may be a while, but we got 28 total heavy bombers. Let's see if they all make it. Yep. Maybe some damage. I didn't notice any, but maybe some damage. But in the meantime, we get through. Yeah, one of each, and 3 destroyed nates. I think more than that, and we get 1 runway hit. All right, now these guys don't even get. Okay, by the way, this is heavy rain. It's not just the fighters making us disperse. The heavy rain is affecting things. Anyway, that air-to-air combat didn't last long. Still no more damage to the runway there. It looks like he's going to try to take care of Singkep as well. I was flying. Well, this is just a bombardment, actually. I was flying supply there for a while, and I decided to cut that off. For one, our air unit that was supplying that is down to 1 aircraft, and I don't know. It looks like he's probably going to take that shortly. Okay, Denpasar, again, he's unloading, has some very light casualties there. Oops, that might have just been another bombardment. That Singkep. Okay, so I was wrong. He is unloading here. The O-23 is caught with a... I've got subs patrolling here. I'm trying to take out tankers and whatnot, moving oil, but it just looks like this may actually be one of the destroyers from the bombardment group. I just, I'm not liking the fact that we're not getting anything here. And now we're taking on water. He's in the shallows, so we're not able to... We're not able to dive deep enough. Looks like we took 2 hits. Hopefully not bad. Okay, Sargo. Okay. Dud. This looks like a pretty decent ship there. Oh, and my bombers are turned off from hitting Tulagi because that base is just completely wrecked. I like to preserve my bombers if I can. 1 destroyed gun here up in this area. It's a shame. Alright, he's hitting our troops here. I'm going to formulate a plan to get them out. I was marching out of here, but I think I'm going to just do some kind of a airlift and pick them up. See, they're just getting wrecked. And I don't want to lose that unit. I don't want to waste it just trying to do that. Also, I'm going to work on a plan on capping them as well. And these are just the usual bombings that he's been doing daily. Now, he's hitting us here, and I don't have a way of stopping that because my air... For one, I wanted to rest my air units for an epic air action on the 24th, but also because he's just got so much air cover here. If I cap this, see all this? 54 fighters are just going to tear up whatever I put up here. So these guys just have to eat it. Fortunately, it's jungle. It helps a little bit. And then these Helens come in after the fact. Soon, we'll cut this off. I'm going to probably cut it right here. This supply chain. And he's going to have to either pull his... He may have to pull everything out. But he'll have to... I mean, he won't even be able to fly fighters here much longer because he's going to run out of supplies. And I may just say, oh, I've got the 2nd Division coming down this road, and I may just bypass everything, come to Pegu, take it, and cut these guys and these guys off. If he wants to sit in here and here, we'll take Pegu and just completely stop his stuff cold. Alright, this is our daily bombing of Horn Island. That's to just keep this from building up and being used for an airbase. If he can use it for bombers and or fighters, that kind of hampers what we're doing in Northeast Australia. I already don't like the air units that are in New Guinea, let alone if they were right there at Horn Island. That wouldn't be pretty or fun. Alright, so, supposedly hitting subs, but take that report with a sizable grain of salt. Okay, so Sargo decides to come up out of the water. Okay, we got one torpedo into her. Ah, man, what is the deal? Like, okay, my understanding is the Mark 14s are supposed to have high dud rate, but that high? It's, and how are we missing every, like, oh, this is so frustrating. That's, man, it's crazy. Alright, so we take a hit from an 8 centimeter gun, and then the commander decides to get out of there. 4 shell hits, 1 torpedo hit. I don't see that there's any major damage to this. I mean, just reading this alone makes me wonder if we just got like 27, 33, something, you know, high 20s, low 30s damage on this thing, and it'll slink back and repair. I just not impressed, but what are you gonna do? The what was it called? Anyway, the department that's responsible for ensuring that the torpedoes work are ignoring all the skippers telling them that they don't. So we'll have to wait until 43 to get them to listen, I guess. Alright, here are our normal bombardment attacks. And as far as I know, wow, this is pretty good counter battery. As far as I know, we don't have any out of the ordinary attacks ourselves. Alright, he's bombarding at Rangoon like, you know, the expected bombardment there. And we're bombarding here. The biggest reason for our bombardments in these two hexes really is to A, keep him out of move mode, and B, what was I going to say? And B, to keep the supplies having to flow up here to them. But again, when we get into here, we'll shut that supply line down. Alright, we're bombarding at Tungu, like I just kind of alluded to. Take very, very light casualties, that's acceptable. And got a couple of upgrades. Portland Roads, I'll probably turn off those fortifications. Alright, I'll tell you what, we had some air-to-air action even though it was night, and really nothing of interest stands out. We shot down a few nates. I'm probably just going to skip on to September 24. Nothing of note to really go over, including sunk ships or destroyed aircraft. So hopefully we have an epic September 24, and then I can show you that. And the after action on that one might be interesting. And of course, here we are on September 24, 1942. Aha, we keep picking up these dot bases that surround Tabatua, and that's great because that saves us from having to chase those bases. Look, I don't know that I'm going to use them actively, but it keeps him from being able to slide in some kind of a, what do I want to say, a seaplane tender and then operating there. I don't know that he would do that anyway, but I'm just saying it just eliminates that concern. Now we have some bases still nearby that he may use. We'll see. Alright, he still has nates here. I think he's just, listen, I don't know the situation, and he hasn't told me this, but I'm guessing he's just decided the nates can be used for night fighting where they at least disperse my bombers. I don't know if that works for these heavies, but we'll find out. And to that end, let me just move through that. Okay, now it is heavy rain. I mean, he could just say, forget it, I'm not even going to fly cap, night cap, because of the weather. We are damaging some aircraft, it looks like, so that's cool, as well as shooting down aircraft that intercept us. Looks like a couple of hits. I mean, that's probably the best we've seen so far, and again, it's nighttime with heavy rain. Moonlight being 100% doesn't matter if it's heavy rain, I would guess. But also we're shooting down these nates. I don't know the pilots he has in these planes, But it's a shame if he loses some of them trying to cap at night. But we are still hitting aircraft, damaging in this case. So, yeah. Be nice to get some destroy. Whoa, okay. He's bombing us, and I forgot cap. So, didn't get any night cap on that one. Okay, so time to put some back up. But we've got some day stuff happening, so hopefully our day rates go well today. Alright. Looks like these smaller groups are just not getting in with their bombs. Okay. Even the bombers that carry 10. Oh, we did get an Oscar on the ground this time. Yeah, 10 500-pound bombs. Let's see if these... Oh! A couple of Bettys, I believe. That's nice. Just damaged here. But here's the thing. If we're damaging his aircraft, that means they can't fly, right? I mean, not that we're doing anything. Oh, man. Just don't hit any more of my aircraft, man. No, I should have had nightcap, but he hasn't been bombing, so I... Okay, so we're probably frustrating him more than he's frustrating us because of the damage to his aircraft, plus the base. Alright, see this? Another Betty and a Tojo. But he's got moderate rain. I don't know. It looks like we both hit each other. Alright, this is our ASW. We took out I believe we took out the I-32. Again, at least we chased it away. The I-35 is still parked here. Haven't chased that away or damaged it. Well, certainly not enough to leave. And obviously haven't sank it either. Now, I guess this is just a regular straight bombardment as he goes to take Denpasar. Alright, he's wrecking Singkep, that's for sure. Alright, it's daytime. We're looking at our coast watchers are sending reports, whether true or not. I really can't do anything with that information just yet. I'm not in a position to. We are loading. Yeah, I don't know what else to do. If anyone wants to give me any input, I have to pick these up with amphibious. Maybe I could use transport loading from a dot base. I don't know that for sure. So I'm using amphibious to load, and we're losing troops here. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. And if you've seen these videos, that happened also at Johnston after some... Okay, the I-168 we supposedly have hit with bombs in the recent past, but in this case it looks like it's healthy, so I'm going to mark that report as faulty. And he wasted a couple of torpedoes, but otherwise there's nothing good came out of that. And we wasted some depth charges, so... Okay, spotting some subs out there. Noticing some ships in certain areas. I don't know. This is, I think, our we're discovering stuff around Sumatra with our Dutch aircraft. All right, here's where it all begins. Let's see how it goes. If it's okay with everyone, I'm just going to fast forward these because we've got a lot of sweeps coming, and it looks like he's got a lot of fighters. So let's wear him out. And I may lose a lot. I think in attrition, in an attrition fight, we're gonna be okay. I may lose a lot here, and someone may call me out on it, but I'm gonna keep it up. All right, we lost a lot, but he's starting to lose some of these aircraft. He just lost 5 Tojos. I'm afraid we're gonna lose a lot, guys, but I'm sending everything. I just hope we get more sweeps in before our bombers go, man. I hope our sweeps aren't done coming. I hope they don't go after the bombers sweep for themselves. That's gonna frustrate me. Because I stopped the night bombing so that I could do a better day raid. Alright, I didn't cap this, but I capped Rangoon and this other base here. So yeah, we're taking some damage, but it is what it is. Oops. Well, so it looks like he may skip the bombing where we have the cap. Oh well. Ah, come on. Well, we'll probably lose 5. Oh, we got to sneak in under his cap. Alright. Yep. We're going to lose a lot of stuff here, guys. I'm going to skip this. Eesh. Like I said, I've got a ton of sweeps coming, and yet... frustrating. Alright, we only destroyed Nate's. Man. Okay. Well, we tear up the base, and we've got more aircraft coming, so let's see how it goes. Alright, what else? Alright, we destroy a Tojo and a Nate on the ground. Man. Like I say, I knew I'd be frustrated when if our sweeps didn't finish these guys off. I guess we're not we're losing a lot after the bombings, though. But we're knocking these the Nates out anyway. I don't like losing these Mitchells either, because we don't have a lot of them. Yeah, see? Oh, come on. Okay. If some of our sweeps go in the afternoon, then that's okay, because yeah, see, we'll still catch some of these afternoon caps, so that's okay. Okay, 3 destroyed versus 1. I think this is going to be a bad day for both of us. I'm going to lose a ton of bombers, and hopefully he's going to lose a ton of fighters. I still don't know why he's not bombing Rangoon, and we just snuck in some fighters just to catch him off guard. And now, of course, it won't play out like that, because now he's gonna see him. Ah, frustrating. We didn't cap trap him. And instead, we wore out our fighters. Alright, come on. See, I'm not even going to say it. Alright, the counter battery fire here was pretty good. Okay, he needs to bring some more troops than that. Okay, so we lose that base and unit. Oh, I didn't even look at... I'm so used to hitting through those bombardments, I forgot to see what happened through that. So we'll have to look at that in after action. But Adak Island, Airfield, Cape Town, that doesn't matter. Cooktown, that's nice. And Ifate Port, size 4. Yeah, those are pretty good upgrades. Especially, I like Ifate going up to 4 because we're about to pick up some troops there to take them to Tabataoa and form up the 1st Marine Division. We got some things to talk about and look at, but one thing that is just somehow so frustrating for me is not getting the cap trap and not getting the sweeps in earlier. Alright, so it wasn't as good as I would have liked, and this number here, well, this side is okay, right? But this 27 just really stresses me out. I think, okay, I don't like losing this much, but I think if we're killing this much, we'll take the day. I honestly don't know. People who've played Japan can tell me that the Japanese can absorb these losses quite easily. I don't know. But anyway, this is 41 aircraft, but he lost 51. Okay? So we're going to lose a lot of bombers here. Alright, let's take a look. In fact, let's go by Japanese and then Allies. So we know we took out a lot of nates. That won't... I don't even know how that's going to hurt him because these are obsolete planes. That would be like if we lost a bunch of P-26s. I mean, okay, but we still have P-40s, P-39s, and whatever. But he's still using them actively, so I guess it's a positive. The Tojos and the Oscars, specifically the Tojos, we want to knock out a lot. And it looks like we took out a total of 14. I don't know if I can trust any of these, and I'm not going to do the math. But anyway, according to these, we did destroy a lot of his aircraft, particularly on the ground. But also in air-to-air, we did knock out 9 Tojos. That's not bad. And then, of course, a bunch ops from probably long-range caps. See, this zeros? We didn't even encounter the zeros. But he must be flying long-range caps somewhere, okay? Now, if I look at Allied, we lost 11 in this air-to-air action of these hurricanes, 15 total. I'm actually impressed. We didn't lose as many bombers as I was worried about, but certainly a lot of hurricanes. I'm going to have to make sure we've got replenishments for pilots, particularly. I think we have enough airframes for this, but I'll have to make sure we're training pilots. Also, where these guys are flying from, will we have enough supplies to replenish, or will we have to fly out of there out of Burma to get replenished in India? I'm going to have to look into all this stuff after offline because that's just a lot of tedium. But you see what we're doing here, and this is just to kind of recap the turn. What the goal was is to attrit down his Air Force over Burma, and I think we did a good job of that. What I really wanted to do was catch his bombers off guard at Rangoon, and I can't remember that other base right next to it where he was hitting our battalion. Also, I had transport aircraft, C-47, no, DC-3s, flying over there to pick them up. And you can see here, if we look at Allied, we do lose a DC-3, probably going to pick those guys up. That's unfortunate. Now, how many pilots did we lose? 18 that, well, 12 that won't return, 6 that may, and 8 that hopefully will soon. So total of 26. That's ouch, because we, out of 41 airframes, we lost more than half of our pilots. I really don't like that. Okay. Ship sunk, of course none, because our British subs keep being terrible. I mean, I'm so frustrated with those British subs, I don't even want to look at it, but I honestly, like I say, I don't want to look at it, but I'm going to. Because what I want to look at is, and man, I just want to say some things that I probably shouldn't, but, let's see. 70, 72. Look at this. The crew experience 70, 72, and still can't. Now, maybe I need to just fire this guy. Naval 65, aggression 68. I don't know what's going on, but also these numbers should be enough to sink some ships, but apparently not. So frustrating. Now, we do have an upgrade coming. And maybe having this radar will help. I don't know. It does say error, so never mind. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. But one thing I might do is use these subs to just lay mines anymore. Put them, just drop tons and tons of mines in mole mine. All right. It looks like he's really bringing more and more troops here, probably to reinforce up here. And that's fine. We've got plenty of guys coming. We'll invest this. In fact, it may just stop here, cut this line off. He can chase us. It is clear though, so maybe it's better to go in the jungle. Yeah, I honestly don't know the right answer. But what I think we're gonna do is come here and then cross, and then we can occupy both of these or either one. Anyway, I'd like to destroy whatever's sitting here too, because that's very annoying that he has an armored unit parked here. But yeah, looking at this, wow, we're already almost to here. So what I might do, as soon as we get here, turn this way. I think our armored unit is coming straight here, which is fine, I guess. How much of this did we pick up? Almost all of it, so he won't have anything to bomb next turn. I think we're picking him up from here. Nope. From here. Nope. I guess it's Cox. I don't even know. Okay. Let's take a second. Okay. That is so weird. Why did I put them here? Okay, that's fine. I put them in Mandalay to pick up these guys. I thought maybe it was just a misclick. Or maybe it was on purpose, actually. But here it is. We're bringing this up here, and then we're going to let it rebuild. Anyway. All right, back to what I was going to start, where I was really going to start. So, Baker Island, this is what I was talking about. We're trying to pick these guys up because they don't need to be sitting here using up supplies and you know, I'd like to recombine them and use them for more offensive operations elsewhere. We're leaving the CBs and the defense battalion for now. The CBs will probably eventually pick up, but I'm trying to build up this base, particularly the port capacity, because then we can more easily drop off and pick up as needed in the future. And again, if there's no port here, can I pick up with a transport mission, or does it have to be amphibious? That's what I'm not sure about. But for now, we're in amphibious mode, and we're going to just roll with it. All right. So this is bringing in these reinforcements that are more or less engineers, which we need plenty of. I'd like plenty of, because Baker, I'm not too, I do want to build this up, at least the port to 1. And as far as I'm concerned, it can just sit there the whole rest of the game. Because if he takes that, I mean, it's of no value to me or him. And I don't think he's going to retake it. But this is worth a lot to me. Not talking about victory, but the ability to build it up. And then I can, again, expand. I can set up this as, since I like the heavy bombers so much, set it up as a heavy bomber base and hit these bases up in here. And as we leapfrog our way up this chain, this is where I really want to bring in all these assets. And we've got some artillery, coastal AA, I guess, more like. That way, if he brings in, maybe coastal artillery too. No, that's construction. These are mostly engineers, and I think base forces. Anyway, this has to be amphibious because we still have port level 0. But as soon as we get more of these engineers offloaded, I'm going to really be able to expand this. But the goal is to expand this base, also make it very difficult to attack. If he brings KB over and bombs it, or Betty's from up north, whatever he does, we got some fighters, but also we'll have a lot of flak here with these this coastal AA. And I'm not sure where you could see, if you can see, like, it says flak 21. I don't know what that means, but again, we're going to be unloading. We already have actually artillery, as well as, none of these are coastal artillery, are they? We got 2 155 millimeter. And then we got some stuff here as well. Anyway, I'm rambling here, but this is the goal here. Baker is just was a stepping off point. Plus, I didn't want him to have the eyes that he could have had with float planes out here. And so we eliminated the ability for him to look out here. So that was important anyway. But now we've got Tabataoa, and now we're on the offensive. And if he, eventually we'll work our way up the chain. So I wanted Baker anyway to eliminate his threat to us, and then take this to start causing threat back to him. I'm okay with bypassing these, because if he wants to go over here, he's going to have to supply it, and I think that'll be probably impossible at this stage in the game. All right, we got our carriers come through here. I don't know what to do with them yet. He hasn't spotted them, so we're still he doesn't even know we're out here. I'm tempted to just maybe park here. and work our way up here when we're ready to do something to challenge him. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure out, because really the only reason to use these guys is as cover for invasion. But are we ready to move to advance? I don't have enough air umbrella out here. Like if we took something, let's say this, we would have to long range cap it for quite some time before we can, before the base is ready to, I don't know, maybe we could bring in so many engineers that they'd have the base ready very quickly. But then we can bring some fighters. I just don't know. This makes me nervous. And then also if KB decides just at the same time we're ready to go, KB shows up. So I think the idea is to keep building this up. I do have an air, literally I'm picking up an air unit right now. Aviation support, I should say. Going to bring it to Ndeni, and then we can start parking heavies here and hitting shortlands. If I can hit shortlands, I think we're in good shape. And it'll have to be our long range heavies. We can get B-17s in there as well. It's just going to be a stretch. And maybe, in fact, I'll bring my Ds. Maybe I'll just stand them down for now. Where are they? I think they're at cans, actually. I'm going to stand these down. Is there a reason to stand them down already? I don't know. We can keep hitting this. I keep getting distracted, and this video is gonna be long because of it. But maybe what I'll do is let's see. It's not loading supplies. It'll leave this turn. Next turn, I'll probably stand them down. Also, what's this base situation? Okay, it's pretty beat up. Maybe I'll do one more raid, stand them down, and then prepare them to fly over here in a turn. Also, maybe grab some of these B-24s, but we also have some B-24s here. All right. But again, we have a plan. Is it an extremely aggressive plan? Probably too slow and cautious for the average viewer. But the plan is to start pressuring these islands up here, these bases up here, while likewise, what I'm thinking is I brought my P-38s back over here. I'm thinking about sweeping Port Moresby, and it looks like no, I didn't accidentally. It looks like I had them set to sweep here, as well as, that's what it was. Nothing flew. I had some everything set to, well, our shorter range, I should just say, our twin engine bombers were going to hit Port Moresby, and the P-38s were going to sweep it, but none of that happened this last turn. And I'm waiting for supplies to get here. As soon as we get some supplies into here, and when I say that, I mean plenty of supplies, we can move our P-38s back up here and start sweeping Buna, and then really put the pressure on. Now you can see here the airfield damage is 11. Either our I think probably our detection is just spotty enough that we don't know for sure how many aircraft he has. In any case, he may have pulled some out. We did a lot of damage to his air units. Maybe at least he pulled his bombers out, because you can see bombers is only 10. I don't know. Again, rambling, but I want to put pressure on both of these, as well as Shortlands. If we can do that, I think our carriers can come up here and kind of support invasions either direction. Which one will we do first? Well, okay, so, man, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked. So I kind of want to say I'd rather do the invasion up here first. What does that look like? Maybe hitting Milne Bay first, because this just has too many guys to get enough in here to really pressure it. So here's what I'm thinking. Get Milne Bay, bring enough over here to, what's the word? Well, let's see. Yeah. Get enough here to really build up this base quickly. And with the terrain, it's jungle. I don't know what's here. I'll have to start reconning it. Maybe pull one of these F4 units over here and look at Milne Bay, recon it quite good. Because depending on what he has here, that'll answer whether I should do it or not. But also there's other things we can do. Like we could just say, well, forget it. I'm going to take something here, let's say Russell Island, and have like free reign up into here. While KB is alive, I don't know. This whole thing is predicated. Historically, Midway had happened, and the Allies did not have necessarily carrier superiority. It was they didn't have to worry about 6 fleet carriers floating around in the South Pacific. So that keeps making me second guess what's next. But it is something I really, really want to do, is push forward. If this is lightly enough defended, I might hit it really hard, like I say. Bring plenty of stuff. I'll have to see. These 5 units. Let's scroll down. Okay. Yeah, we don't have enough. I mean, depends on what he has here. Because I really should bring combat engineers, right? Like this, but this is, I mean, I could bring it with me, but without being scheduled for Milne Bay, I don't know if I'll lose a bunch unloading. What do I have here? None of these are scheduled for Milne Bay. Okay. So I just don't know. But yeah, we'll start reconning this, because if I could drop a bunch of stuff here, there's also Ferguson Island. That's pretty good. It's just sticking my neck a little bit further than I mean, this is further than I want to go, because I have to fly long range cap to keep it safe. Let's look at this for a second. All right. So the P-38s could fly long-range cap here as well, not just carriers. But we could have carriers, a few paces back here. And if he wants to bring Bettys or something to hit this, we could cap it. But again, KB swings in and does something. That's going to be sad. Yeah, this is in the works, this plan, okay? In the meantime, we're shuffling guys around. I'm really trying to get this supply level up. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to get these guys out of here, is to let the supply flow up. And just having so much AV up here has caused them to eat whatever supply is already here. We've got some light cargo ships bringing supply in a really weird manner, but then the hope is to basically keep this shuttle back and forth until we start losing these ships due to subs or whatever. By the way, I should probably, probably there's enough ships here, 5450 tons. Is that right? Because that seems like a tiny, seems really light. Maybe I could just because I'll just set the home base cans, and that'll be a little bit of an easier run back and forth. All right, I've talked enough about this theater. And probably next turn I'll talk more about it, but maybe a different angle or viewpoint so that it won't just be rambling. So up here, we already talked a little bit up here, right? So he's moving some troops here. I had dive bombers hitting here and dive bombers hitting somewhere in here. You can see here he's has less fighters. What does that mean? I don't know. Are the 15 here damaged and that's it? And we're in good shape, I think, here. I'm okay leaving this. In fact, I'll be bringing more fighters still. But this is, I have a high level of confidence about this base now. Just in general, holding it and whatnot. But yeah, I've got to look at all this stuff. This guy didn't sweep. That's okay. He can sweep this turn. And who knows? Maybe he's decided to not cover this anymore. But I'm going to sweep it again. Our troops are here. We're okay. See, we've got ground attack by these Vengeance ones. I can't remember where they're hitting, this or this. And then I've got Vengeance ones hitting this because as he's moving this way, I want to slow him down because we do have a unit coming very slowly, sure. But I'd like to get here before he gets out, hit him again, probably drive him here, but still, at least we're damaging him while we're doing it. But he should have like almost zero supply. But I really want to clear this road. I know he's moving off of it, but I want to clear it because that'll get the supply route back open. And it's just we're just not getting supplies here as quickly as I'd like. Anyway, we got a lot of work to do. This is the 2nd British Division. Again, I'm bypassing Tungu because I don't want to get into this quagmire. I may consider pulling like some of this stuff, but I like having the tanks here for in case he counterattacks with armor, we have at least some armored cars or something. But yeah, come around this bend and hit this as well as come across here. So this is in the works. We've got our air war, I think, is starting to turn back to our favor. A lot of air assets in the area. Got to rebuild our air force. You can see we've got 11 bombers, but because of the supply issue, we're not going to be able to replace those just yet. I'll have to get out of Burma to do that. Probably with all of these air units that are parked here and damaged. Yeah, same thing. All right. Again, enough rambling. I think I've said enough about this area. I'll just recap. This is just a holding action. Well, he's holding us up. We're holding him up, and we're bombarding to keep burning supplies. Same thing here, okay? And then meanwhile, these moving units are going to come around behind him while he's sitting here hanging out. The British subs are not doing their job, but I'll tell you what's going to. Since you can't do your job, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to come all the way in here. I don't think we're going to go all the way there anyway. We're going to come all the way here or into this area, and hopefully our aircraft will fly and hit his ships. Let's just make sure Swordfish using torpedoes and are actually going out 6. That's fine. I don't need them going out 8 and getting overextended anyway. And the albacore is also 6. And I have everything on cap. Because if I wanted to escort, yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if I'm using these things in the right way, but we'll come here. We'll hopefully hit his ships, whether they're here or here. Hopefully we'll hit them and beat them up. Yeah, wow. So let's see. I mean, here's the thing. He may come in and bombard. Man, this is why I'm worried about keeping these fighters here. Do I need to pull them back out immediately? I think I'm going to, because if he decides to if he decides to bombard, okay, my guess is he's going to bombard, okay, and he'll trash some of these. He may not destroy, but damage, and then he may do night bombings, and yeah, I think I'm going to pull him back out. But speaking of which, I'm going to probably, well, let's look at fatigue. Take something like maybe one of these units, maybe this one, and put it on, well, no, that's not what I want to do. Stand down just to start from scratch, and then do 15k. We'll have a night and a day cap, and I think this is, yeah, local cap. All right, and then I'll have to stand down some of these sweeps because the air unit is throttled and they're over fatigued. So, all right, I think that'll do it for this discussion anyway. Yeah, again, I think this didn't work out like I would have liked. With these battleships here, I think he's going to bombard, and hopefully we catch him after he bombards and tries to escape. You can do night naval attack, but I just think that's going to be so terrible, the accuracy, that it's a waste. The problem is, okay, if he comes here and hits this, I don't know how far down he'll be before our aircraft would be able to strike him. Now, if he bombards and goes immediately back, then he'll be here and we can hit him. But my guess is he'll bombard and then start coming down here. I don't know what he does if he bombards and then goes back all the way to Singapore or somewhere else to refuel and rearm. But in any case, he's certainly... I'm wondering if I should do a port attack here, but because I don't know what he has parked here. Anyway, maybe. Anyway, we'll see. But he may use the battleships to bombard and leave. But if he has these cruisers like covering and unload, then we can bomb that. But we'll get some ships hopefully in this raid and then slink away. All right, I really do need to stop and end this, and China I'm not going to really talk about. It's just kind of what it is. Really, it's the same old. Maybe not on his part, but what I see and observe. And I do have some assets that are probably going to soon head that direction. All right, thanks for joining me and for listening to me. I hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next time when we talk about the 25th. Hope it's a good one. Take care, everyone. Bye.